In this segment, Stephanie Miller is joined by Allison Gill. Together, the two discuss how the Georgia case has implications far beyond Trump. What kind of exposure could Mark Meadows, Rudy Giuliani, Lindsey Graham, and others be looking at? Here's Stephanie.
Let's get right to it, because you asked such great questions on Twitter that we were just talking amongst ourselves. You said still conspicuously missing from indictments in all jurisdictions are Stone, Bannon, Flynn. Are they cooperating, unindicted, to get them to flip on each other, or have they yet again slipped out of harm's way? Someone was speculating that Flynn is this 20th unnamed co-conspirator in Georgia. What do you think?
Yeah, it's either Flynn or Patrick Byrne. Remember the Overstock CEO that dated Maria Butina for a while?
Yes.
Got caught in the honey trap. It's so, this is, I couldn't write this if
Right.
I were a television show writer. And by the way, that was Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Yes.
Why does she form sentences like Cindy Brady?
Right. Yes.
John Gotti never got even had 4 indictments at once. Like,
Sorry, I dropped one of my vitamins. That's hilarious. It's true.
It is true.
But I'm like, what? Yeah, why does she think? Right? And then remember, they called him the Teflon Don until, right, we said, like, seems like justice was never coming, and then it came all at once. I'm like, I don't think you wanted to bring up John Gotti, who died in prison.
yeah, I mean, besides the obvious, her sentence structure.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just,
Yes.
your syntax is just
Yes, her syntax
awful.
is very Cindy-ish. Someone else tweeted why Lindsey Graham hasn't been indicted. Your thoughts on that? So, yeah, I mean, yeah, there is a lot of more shoes to drop, aren't there? What do you think in terms of Meadows specifically, Graham, and then, obviously Stone, Bannon, Flynn?
I've always thought the members of Congress would be tougher because of the speech or debate clause. And I know, and I am with you, that I disagree, that it is not part of your job as in the government to overthrow the government. But, just like he avoided trying to, argue about the First Amendment or free speech by not charging incitement, I think maybe everybody's trying to avoid having to deal with the speech or debate clause and losing that case against somebody like Lindsey Graham or Marjorie Taylor Greene.
So, yeah. Well, the other thing you had tweeted, we were also talking about, you said important if Meadows or anyone successfully moves the Georgia case to federal court, it's still Fani Willis's office that prosecutes. It's still tried under Georgia's state laws. Its conviction still can't be pardoned by a president. So I guess that's important, but it is sort of infuriating, right? That some legal experts are like, well, he likely will win on that. And but again, you're like, you don't even have to be a lawyer to go, how is that part of your official duties to follow illegal orders regarding a coup?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. And the government and the Department of Justice have said this multiple times when people have argued, public authority defense. Well, I just went to the Capitol because the president told me to. Or when, people have argued, like Mo Brooks, when he said that speech I gave at the Ellipse was part of my job. And the DOJ and the courts came back and said, no, sir, overthrowing the government cannot be part of your job in the government. It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah. So, speaking of votes, I loved Harry Littman, our shared legal lad, said, if this becomes the story of the rise and fall of the American experiment, we will point to the minute when McConnell decided not to vote for impeachment as the most important missed opportunity to salvage our democracy. I mean, I was talking to someone yesterday who said, they are rooting for him to, to go down probably harder than we are behind closed doors, because I can't even keep track, right? They're like, well, you can't indict him when sitting president when he's in office. Oh, well, impeachment isn't the right vehicle. Mitch McConnell says there's courts of law. And now Lindsey Graham is like, oh, no, this needs to be decided at the ballot box. And you're like, what? It was decided at the ballot box. What this whole effing thing is about is him not respecting what happened at the ballot box. But I mean, the fact is, Ellison, they're just lawless. It is never the right time because Donald Trump is above the law. They should just say it, right?
Absolutely. And if not, if Harry Littman, I would like to respond to my friend Harry, if not the end of the experiment that we call the United States of America, certainly the end of the Republican Party.
Right.
And that within themselves, they can blame themselves for that. They've had 9,862 off-ramps.
Right.
Between the escalator and today.
Right.
And many of them still haven't taken that off ramp. And so when the GOP implodes, as Lindsey Graham predicted it would, if they nominated Donald Trump, we'll destroy ourselves and we'll deserve it. And that tweet is still up, and I think it's because he's hedging his bets so that one day he can go, look, I was right.
Oh, see, I told
something.
you. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You retweeted Kyle Cheney, who said the documents showed Twitter mounted an unprecedented effort to impede the search warrant by notifying Trump, prompting an incredulous Judge Beryl Howell to wonder if Elon Musk was trying to cozy up to him. I mean, once again, like I was saying, he probably thinks DMs are, in invisible ink, or they're like decoder rings, and no one would ever find them, right?
Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Yeah, it's that whole Twitter thing. By the way, hey, Matt Taibbi, where are you?
Yeah, yeah.
This is a big story.
Yeah. You also retweeted Jocelyn Benson, who said, hot take, it's the coordinated and illegal effort seeking to overturn a legitimate presidential election in 2020 that moved America to this precipice, not the subsequent pursuit of legal accountability for said effort. Wanted to ask you about Tristan Snell, again, our legal lad, said Georgia and Michigan have now started prosecuting Trump conspirators. Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin need to follow suit. That's the other thing this brings up for me, isn't it? Is that you go, yeah, let's go. All of the states this happened in need to prosecute this, right?
Well, all of the states that don't have a Republican attorney general who's trying to cover up for the Republican Party and trying not to break it in half, which is what's going to happen. But I think Arizona should go next. We just elected a whole new slate of fabulous women to run that state. And so they are investigating. They have hired special prosecutors. And I don't know why some states get more attention than others, but I think it's just as important as what Fani Willis was investigating down in Fulton County, what they're going to do in Arizona. New Mexico and Pennsylvania, a little bit different because they hedged their bets and put in their certificate that we aren't actually the duly elected electors here unless some court turns over the election results. Then we're the electors. So they actually hedged their bets with that language, which really upset like John Eastman and I don't know, we need to come up with a name for this whole...
You tweeted, first, in order for votes to have been flipped from Trump to Biden, there'd have to be an equal dip in Trump votes to make up for, oh my God, she's going to prison.
That graph, first of all, it looks like some weird, like Hitchcock side view of Donald Trump.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry.
But mathematically, it makes no sense.
Right.
Wait, can you play 19? I don't know. Some of the stuff that's on tape, it's just so helpful that they did everything on TV and on Twitter. This would be Sidney Powell, who is...
It's been organized and conducted with the help of Silicon Valley people, the big tech companies, the social media companies, and even the media companies. And I'm going to release the Kraken.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Alrighty then.
Oh, dear. I mean, I love just about how many times the word lunatic was used in and around.
I think it was Rudy Giuliani who actually released the Kraken on Jenna Ellis.
Yes, yes. Yeah, and I'm a Peanuts fan, so I was hoping they would all be at once, like in one little pack, just, and you'd hear the Snoopy music. Right.